Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is my Forbes colleague, politics reporter Sara Dorn. Sara, thanks for coming on.
Hi, Brittany. Thank you for having me.
Sara, as you know, President Biden officially announced his 2024 reelection bid on Tuesday morning, and Republicans fired back with a apocalyptic AI-generated video in response. What can you tell us about the response?
So this ad was very interesting in that it was 100% generated by artificial intelligence. It showed a preventative news narrative in the background, newscasters, narrating these apocalyptic scenes that the Republican National Committee is predicting if Biden and Harris were reelected. It showed even images of Biden and Harris on, election night after winning. And this is just a very dystopian image of America that the RNC is painting in the wake of a potential Biden-Harris reelection. It shows San Francisco closing down due to a growing fentanyl and crime crisis, and law enforcement in tactical gear overtaking the empty streets of San Francisco. It shows migrants flooding the border, Wall Street buildings hollowed out and abandoned, forecasting a potential economic collapse. So this was a very ominous, dark video, but again, super interesting that it was 100% generated with artificial intelligence, which, we're really expecting to change the political landscape in this election cycle and in the years moving forward.
Can you speak to that? I think this might be, at least for me, the first AI-generated political ad I've ever seen. What's the importance of this, and what do we have to look forward to in the future?
Well, campaigns are saying that, it's a positive in that it streamlines operations, allows them to collect fundraising data, target the right voter bases. But there is a lot of concern that AI could be used by bad actors to interpret candidates, send a voice recording that sounds just like them directly to voters, that is not actually from the candidate, or in turn, chat bots could pose as voters and disseminate false information to campaigns to mislead them. I'm not sure if there have been any other 100% AI generated political ads before, but I thought that this was really notable. I mean, the Republican National Committee is arguably the largest campaign arm for the party, and the fact that their first hit job against Biden was fully generated by AI is super interesting. But this is not an entirely new thing. We've seen AI definitely growing over the past several months, but it has been around for years.
I do want to take a look back at President Biden's presidential term thus far and talk about what Republicans could have hit him on with. The chaotic Afghanistan withdrawal, high inflation, surges at the border, and record high gas prices, just to name a few things that Republicans have really gone after him for. But they didn't go after him for those specifically. They instead looked at a future and made up future problems. So what has the reaction been to this political ad?
Well, it's interesting. The Democratic National Committee Executive Director, Sam Connell, he hit back at Republicans and said that they are having to make up hypothetical situations because they don't have anything to attack Biden on. But again, as to what I was saying about Biden's own campaign launch in the video, he didn't necessarily mention specific policy talking points, just because I think that with this kind of initial announcement, you're really trying to generate a feeling and something that is super memorable to voters rather than like a checklist of issues, because that will all, come to fruition as the campaigns are underway.
From the headlines that you've seen, what has been the most talked about video so far this morning? The AI response or President Biden's initial announcement?
definitely seeing more people write about President Biden's initial announcement. A few outlets have definitely picked up the RNC video, but I think the reason for that it's no surprise that the RNC is releasing a rebuttal to Biden's reelection announcement. But I think the reason there's such heightened interest in this video specifically is because of the AI component.
Sara Dorn, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brittany.